Could use a gin.
Thank you. However, we must decline, you see.
What do you mean? It's perfectly useful.
We don't know you at all. It's just not proper. You understand?
Blast it all, woman. No thanks. Couldn't use that if it walked on two legs.
Henry means no thank you. I'm afraid we just must decline, you see.
Oh, shut up. Get it out of our sight.
Please, no more questions. I'm frightfully tired.
Good night.
Was there something else?
Good God, woman, no more of this yapping. I say we could all use some kip.
Excuse us. Terribly sorry.
Ribena, come along.
Terribly sorry. Goodbye. Oh!
I say, what's your step?
Are you hurt, Henry?
No harm done. No harm.
I'm so sorry.
Trod on my toe.
We're the Gorse-Jonses from Haltwhistle, you know. How are you finding the crossing? You're English, then? I would have thought American. Oh, my. I didn't mean to insult you.
Can't hold a thought.
Dreadfully large place, America.
Brain like as if she's got
all that space and all those immigrants trying to fill it up. I was just commenting to Henry, on a White Star crossing one meets all the right people. While we were just chatting with a delightful elderly couple in the reception. The Strausses, wasn't that right?
Own a small dry goods store in New York somewhere. Called Macy's.
On D-Deck.
Ribena, must you always finish my sentences? You're as jumpy as that American chap, that photographer.
Yes, he was just snapping away.
Taking pictures of some German colonel and that Englishman.
Snap, snap, snap.
Bloody Huns. Why any God-fearing Englishman would consort with Germans is beyond me. War's coming all right, mark my words.
War? How beastly. Will Mr. Burns have to fight? He and his wife, such sweet things. But I do see her point. It is their honeymoon. Why he insists on snapping those photos, I haven't a clue.
For God's sake, woman, talk, like a madam in a Rangoon bawdy house.
Henry, that's unspeakable.
So don't speak, then. Yaps louder than a scrum of rabid corgis. Now see here, this Burns chap.
If you want to see something interesting, take a look at his pictures. He's on C-Deck, cabin C, 78.
I say, can't talk now. I'm in need of a gin.
Henry, we're navigating society's waters, not its spirits.
I say, how are you getting on?
Getting on? We use gangplanks, if I remember.
Quick as a cow, she is. Seen Guggenheim about?
Such a gentleman, extremely attentive to the ladies.
Especially his mistress. They say he stashed her on board somewhere.
Really, Henry? Not Mr. Guggenheim?
The Titanic's not a damned rectory, you know.
But Henry...
Quite the randy old goat from what I hear.
My goodness, I've forgotten completely. I have a message for you. Mr. Trask in D2 said you were to meet him where honour and glory crown time. Where honour and glory crown time? What do you think he meant? Good night. Mustn't dawdle. Come along, Henry.
Why the rush? There's nowhere to go. We're in the middle of the Atlantic.
Henry?
Can't talk. Night.
Fancy meeting you again.
Snooping about the decks again? What fun.
Oh, Henry, snooping. Really? Such dreadful taste.
Reminds me of that chap Burns, that photographer who took pictures of the ship.
You should look him up. He's on C-Deck. He has such a lovely wife, too.
I say, it's late. Must run. Goodbye. I say, what were we going on about?
Why, Henry, I haven't a clue. Can you remember?
See here, it's getting late. Speak up.
Well, it is late, isn't it? Perhaps we should say good night.
Could use a gin. Yes. No. Correct. Certainly not. Excuse me. Carlson. Good night. I say. Thank you.
Yes. No. That's right. Sorry, you're wrong. Pardon me. Carlson. Good night. Hello. Thank you. Thank you. I'm afraid we must decline, you see.
We're getting into the boats. Couldn't possibly use it.
No, thank you.
We must wait for orders.
We really can't talk.
Organisation's the key.
Good night.
We'll save you a space, old boy.
Where are the authorities?
Something must be done. At once. It's total chaos.
Dreadful.
I say, when do we board? This planning's atrocious.
Absolutely awful.
Order. Order will prevail. I say, old bean, absolute madhouse, don't you think? People running hither and thither, no organisation, no plan of attack.
Henry doesn't think the situation calls for panic.
Lunatics, all of them, running about like rabbits with a stoat at the hole.
The lapse in social order is absolutely shocking.
Boats! Ha! If I were captain...
Such people, they're not dressed for first cabin, like those two immigrants on the second-class stairwell. Really, something should be done. The woman's quite upset, and the man with her was carrying a painting, of all things, a painting. What is the world coming to?
Sodding foreigners!
Language, Henry. One must remember our position.
Bugger our position!
I can't possibly get in these boats.
I agree. Packing the women off in such crowded quarters.
Frightfully cramped.
Like tinned mullet.
The Titanic is perfectly safe, isn't it?
I say, I'm in need of a gin.
Not now, Henry, not now. The officer there, he wants me in the boat.
They say the smoking room's still open.
Goodness, I do believe I hear running water.
Perhaps we can play a few hands with that Frenchman.
Henry, I do think we should stay here with the boats.
Blast it all, Ribena. Pitch yourself in. I say, old bean, coming with?
Yes, do get in. We so enjoy the company.
Hoist a leg, old bean. In you go. Suit yourself then. Cheerio.